That is right. Starting next week on the 13th, 5 days from now, the GTA Online San Andreas Mercenaries DLC is going to launch. And with that, they have some huge quality of life improvements that we're going to be going over in this video. One of them, not just quality of life, we're also going to be talking about the new jet, which we now know the name of. And I'm going to spoil one thing right here at the beginning. It is confirmed to have stealth. That is right. It is a stealth jet. You can toggle in and out of stealth. So that's something that I've been talking about in my videos. You guys have been talking about in the comment section, and that is confirmed. We're also going to be talking about a bunch of nerfs and buffs on certain things in the game. There's a lot of information. A lot of it's really good. I don't think any of it's bad. But anyway, let's go over it all. And I've gone through the list, and these are some things that I'm very excited about. Things that we just do every day in GTA Online. And, you know, sometimes you think about it, you never say it out loud, but you always think to yourself, why the bloody hell do I have to do this? It seems like such a waste of time. But there's a lot of cool fixes. I'm going to be going over all of them here today of what we can expect on Tuesday. Literally a few days away, man. All right, so this is one of the pictures they used, first and foremost. It's actually a really cool picture. I was going to use this for the thumbnail of this video, but I don't think I'm going to. But it's a really cool one. But as we know now, starting on the 13th, both of these vehicles are going to be able to be used for your taxi business. For a long time, or up until from the taxi business was released until now, we haven't been able to use them, but they're going to be available to use for your taxi business. The taxi business is kind of boring. You don't make too much money from it. I think it's more so for people that like role playing, to be honest with you, because it can be fun, but you don't make a lot of money. So vehicle updates. This is something we're jumping straight into it with the juicy stuff. So we know they mentioned a few weeks ago now that they were going to be adjusting the prices and balancing out a lot of aerial vehicles. We didn't know what that meant. I had mentioned back then when they said that I thought that they were going to nerf the aerial cannon and get rid of it, something like that, and they are. So vehicle updates, the ability to claim all destroyed vehicles at once when filing a Mors Mutual insurance claim. So this basically, when you have cars that blow up, this doesn't really affect me too often, to be honest with you, but when you have cars that blow up, let's say you blow up a car, so then you just go and get another car, and then you blow that one up too, and then you get another car, you blow that one up too. Up until now, you had to go in and manually claim all of those, but now you can just say claim all. And also, Mors Mutual will no longer charge for recovering personal vehicles destroyed during contact missions. So when you're doing actual missions and you destroy them, they won't charge you. It's just when you blow them up yourself in free mode, I guess. Custom description tags for garages to help quickly locate your favorite rides when calling the mechanic. That is nice. The ability to select individual floors when requesting vehicles. That is good because for me, my 50-car garage, each floor is different. My third floor is like my top 10 Benny's vehicles. My fourth floor is my top 10 legendary vehicles. So being able to select which floor is going to be a help to me, at least. The option to request a mobile operation center, an Avenger, or a Terabyte, have it delivered closer to you from your interaction menu. So that is good. And I think the reason they're doing this, obviously, Avenger. Mobile operation center, Avenger, and Terabyte. The Avenger is going to become something that is, I've said this before, but this new update, this is going to be our main command hub during this new DLC that is coming on Tuesday. My hopes, I've said it a million times, but I don't think it's going to come true, that they would have a heist that you can launch from that, kind of like the Kasaka. But I think it's more so going to be like the Terabyte, where, you know, the Terabyte, you can source missions for your special cargo warehouses and stuff. I think the Avenger, you'll probably be able to source cargo for your hangar missions and things like that. So I think that's what it's going to be more so like. Additional filters for race types when browsing the jobs menu. That'll be nice for people that do enjoy racing. The Willard, Adora, and Albany Classic Broadway will be eligible for taxi work. We already talked about that, but in order to be able to use them, you need to have the taxi liveries on the vehicle. Lesser used vehicles will be removed from in-game websites to streamline the browsing experience. These vehicles will be made available via events in showrooms, the Lucky Wheel, and other places. I'm not sure if I like this one. So basically what they're doing is when you go now onto your, let's say, San Andreas autos, you can see, you know, there's 2-door, 4-door, there's off-road vehicles, there's special vehicles. And everything's on there. You know, if you're looking for something, everything's going to be on there. But what they're saying here is they're removing some vehicles from those websites to clear it up a little bit. But if I'm looking for a specific vehicle to buy and it's just not showing up on the website, that's going to be really annoying. But they have said it'll be made available in event showrooms, which is basically weekly update showrooms, the Lucky Wheel, and other places. So basically, they're taking vehicles that aren't used very often and making them rare so that you want them, is basically what's happening. It's like, oh, people don't like this vehicle, I'm going to take it away from you. Guess what? Now you want it because it's rare. That's all they're doing. Kind of weird. And the last vehicle update that I want to go over is this right here. We finally have a name for this plane. It is the F-160. Technically, actually, the F-160 Raiju? Please don't hate me in the comments. Someone can correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. F-160, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to call it. So it's VTOL. We already know it's VTOL. So to activate the VTOL, you have to hold down your left analog stick. I'm not sure what that's going to be on. I think it's left shift if you're on PC. So when you're flying it, if you hold L3, your left analog stick on controller, you'll be able to switch in and out of VTOL mode. Now, if you hold right on the D-pad, and this is massive news, it will go into stealth mode. We've been talking about this. We've had a lot of discussions in the comment sections on some of my videos. Will it not have stealth mode? It will have stealth mode. It is confirmed to have stealth mode, which is huge. I'm very, very excited for that. We've been talking about that, saying how cool would it be if we could have this jet with stealth mode? And guess what? It does. Okay, so now let's move on to the gameplay updates. And this first one we're going to talk about is huge. So now, instead of registering as a motorcycle club president or as a CEO, now they've combined it into one. And I personally really like this. So the new thing now is you're going to be registering as a boss. So you're just going to be a boss. Instead of a Secure Surf CEO or motorcycle club president, you are just simply going to be registering as a boss. Now, this is something I particularly like because if you have an arcade, you know, if you go to your central command center where you can do all of your source missions from one place, it's a pain in the butt when you have to register as this MC president and then go in and source your cargo. And then you got to back out, stand up, register as a CEO, then sit back down, go back. It's just a pain. I hate switching between the two. I'm rarely ever an MC president. That's because I don't use the Oppressor Mark II as much as most people. I personally prefer like the Sparrow and the Buzzard. So now, though, they're going to merge the two. I don't know what that's going to look like as far as requesting Mark IIs, but I assume it's all going to combine into one. I assume you're going to be able to request the CEO Buzzard. I'm assuming you're going to be able to request your motorcycle club vehicles. It's all going to be combined into one, which is definitely a quality of life improvement. Next up, and this is really exciting too, because a lot of people ask me in the comment section on a video I did a couple days ago, we're talking about body armor. So now there's an option, or coming on Tuesday, keep in mind, this isn't right now, where you're going to be able to buy all option. Instead of clicking through, just like you do with food, right? If you go to buy snacks, you can either press and individually buy them, or you can hold down whatever button it is and buy them all. The same thing is going to be the same. The same thing's going to be the same. It's going to be the same now with armor, so you can just buy all. And the other thing is, and this is what I was referring to when I said people ask me in the comment sections, is since I'm a high enough level, I have 10 body armors available to me. People always say, how do you have 10? I only have like 4 or 5 or 6. Well, that's because you used to have to be a certain level to be able to get the maximum amount. But now they've said the rank requirements for body armor are being removed. So now I would assume everybody, no matter what level you are, you're going to be able to fill up on 10 body armors. And also something interesting about body armor. So let's say you're doing like a heist or something. You go into the Cayo Perico heist. You have 10 stacks of body armor, and then you use them all, and then you die and you hit quick restart. Typically, when you would hit quick restart, you would spawn back in and you'd have no armor because you've used them all. But now, if you do a quick restart, you will have all 10 back again, or however many you had going into it in the first place. Which I think does make sense. If you're restarting something, you should restart with everything the same way you had it the first time. Another thing regarding body armor, when equipping body armor through the weapons wheel, the type of armor used will be relative on how much damage the player has taken. So if you have a little bit of armor taken off you, you won't, if you have multiple different types of body armor, you won't use like a heavy armor to patch up that little bit. You'll use like a light armor. But for me personally, and I'm sure most people, you only ever stock up on heavy armor, so you probably just have heavy armor. So I don't know. When parachuting in freefall, players will no longer receive phone calls from... How about we just don't receive phone calls? I wish we could turn off. I wish we could mute our phone. Put it on silent. How about that? I don't want any phone calls from Tom Connors or English Dave. They can both bugger off. Madrazo dispatch services no longer requires multiple players and can be taken on solo. That's great for us solo players out there. I'm sure there's a lot of you like myself who love playing solo, and having this an option to do it solo is nice. Alternate sprint control, obviously hold to sprint. That is something that I feel like should have been in the game from the start. If you're on PC, you don't care about this because you had that already on keyboard. But on console, we had to literally like this. And it's just so annoying, man. And I'm sure it was breaking our controllers, the amount of times we were spamming that button. But now you can set it up so you can hold to sprint instead of tap to sprint. Players will be able to select a name for their acid production to receive a 5% cell bonus. So you can name your acid production and receive a 5% cell bonus. I don't know why you get a 5% cell bonus for doing that. Someone can let me know in the comment section. But that's cool, I guess. Rank requirements for daily objectives will be removed to allow more players to participate. So I think that's good. Yeah. So balancing updates. Payouts on many collectibles and events such as buried stashes and treasure chests will be increased. Big fan of that. Give us more money. We're also correcting payouts for Gerald's last play and a super yacht life. Upwards by 25%. Yeah, they need it. Rebalancing weapons on the P996 laser and the Mammoth Hydra. Free mode only. So, this is going to be interesting. Obviously, with the new update coming out on our new F-160, I'm sure they want the F-160 to be probably one of the better jets in the game, so they're going to have to rebalance a few things here. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the thing you've all been waiting for. The orbital cannon can no longer be instantly reset or refunded to prevent players from being repeatedly targeted. About bloody time. About time. Okay, so that's a good one. That's a good one. It took them a while to get there, but they've done it, so thank you. And then last but not least on this update, they have creator updates. I'll leave this little screenshot on the screen right here so you can go through it. This is more so, well, it's for the creator. They have new props available for creators. This is for if you're making races and stuff for the GTA Online community series stuff. So yeah, this is big. I need to actually jump into this and try this out for myself, to be honest with you. And they finish up saying we'll be sharing more information soon and detailed patch notes when GTA Online San Andreas Mercenaries launches. So stay tuned for more information here on Rockstar Newswire. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for all of the new quality of life improvements. I, for one, am very excited. I think that the armor thing is a big one. It's a really big one. Obviously, the hold down to sprint's huge, getting or nerfing the orbital cannon. Having the new F-160 going into stealth mode is going to be sick. That's not really a balance. That's just a new vehicle that's coming in the game. The thing I'm actually most curious about that I look forward to seeing on Tuesday is the boss, right? What does it mean to register as a boss? How's that going to work? How's it going to differ than being a CEO or a motorcycle club president? I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm very curious. Are you happy about these? Are you sad about these? You should be happy for all of them, unless you're a griefer and you're like, no, my orbital cannon. But either way, let's start a discussion, as always, in the comment section down below. This update is coming out 5 days from today. 5 days from today. So anyway, as always, I hope you're having a fantastic day today so far, and I will see you, as always, tomorrow with a brand new video. Goodbye.